Back. This is episode 20 of my GGBO build. Can you guess what this is going to be? I finally get to finish the guitar. Am I going to be able to do it all in one episode? We'll see. But yeah, I have faith that I'm going to be able to do this. So, plan is today, literally just carry on the exact same as I was doing. So, I'm on nights, so I can pop a coat of finish on there, leave it to set, come back to it the following day, and carry on going from there. So, I'm going to stop chatting now, because not really much else to say, so I'll talk to you soon. I'm back again. So, I've pulled everything up now. The weather's not the greatest today, but thankfully the natural light is good. I mean, that just looks amazing. So a few more coats, probably one or two more on the back, but today I'm going to pop it on the front, so flip, there we go. That looks amazing, and then the neck just looks awesome. And yep, so I'm just going to put another coat. I do the same again, so I'll do a coat on the front, coat on the neck. I'm going to have to call it quits for the day because I'm at work again tonight. That'll be fun. Anyway, let's get this finished and done. That was easy. Just 1 second. Sorry, just making my counts of how many I've done. So yeah, that went on really easy. I absolutely love this. So before I started recording, I actually felt the back of the neck, and it feels amazing. Like, I'm really happy with it. Like, this is the first oil finish, so I'm absolutely loving this. This is just amazing. I mean, just look at that back. And now the front's got a fourth coat as well. They're going to match each other. The little spot that I pointed out yesterday, I can see a little bit of a like bleed out here kind of a thing. But it actually blends in really well, so I'm quite happy with myself. So, the few things, I figured I might as well talk about it now. The few things that I need to sort out. So, this hole that I drilled here for the pickup wires is slightly too high up. Now, I realised this after I did it, but what can you do? Obviously, I hadn't fully routed the cavities, so that I knew that was going to be a problem. The other issue I've got is, as well, because of the thickness of the wire from the obsidian wire switch, this hole here is fine, but trying to fit the pickup wires and everything through this one, not really going to work, because it's a bit too thick. So, easiest option, drill a secondary hole here, specifically for the switch, and then that way it can go underneath this pickup and into here. But this hole here will need enlarging as well. All good fun, really. The other thing that I need to sort out, I'm not going to touch any of it because it's still drying, but the issues with the sloppy neck pocket, and me set necking it. Obviously it needs to be, best amount of contact. So my idea was, I had multiple ideas. I was going to either flood it with wood glue or something like that, but that wasn't going to work because it was the fact that it only had this base as the point of contact, whereas I needed the sides, the back as well. So let me get this glove off. trying to preserve it as best I can, because I need to, I ain't got many of these left at the minute. There we go. Sort that in a sec. So what I'm going to do is, it is literally just like a couple of millimeters. Like, you know, it's not very. It's not much. It's only like a very small amount. So I've actually bought some edge banding. This was probably the most logical step to be able to fix this. So what I'll do is I'll add this around probably just the sides, because I think. I mean, we'll see what happens, but yeah. But yeah, I'll definitely add that to the sides. That way it'll be tighter again, and then see how the neck fits. And if needs be, I can, you know, mess about with it. But yeah, that's the plan. So what I'm going to do is, luckily, the hole that's in between these pickup cavities, funnily enough, got an 8mm dowel. Was it this one? Yeah, it was that one. It's alright. There we go. So I've got an 8mm dowel. I'm just going to push through there. And I'm going to reposition it. So I think what I'll do is, because this one's going to be hidden anyway, so it's fine. What I'll do is I'm going to do a switch one up here. And then I'll do the pickup ones sort of in the middle. But I'm going to try and make it so it's like at the bottom of the neck pocket this time, rather than so high up, because that's probably what went wrong. But hey, you live and learn. It is what it is. And then that one needs enlarging. But luckily with that, I've realised that I can use my step drill bits. The reason why I'm going to redo the hole is, obviously, if I try, because this was 8mm, if I try and jump it straight up to that, then, you know, which is 10, no, sorry, it's 6mm the other one, this is 8mm. If I try and jump it straight up to that, it's just going to constantly try and catch. Do you know what I mean? It's going to wreck everything. So I figured I might as well just redo the hole completely. But for that section there, what I can do is, yeah, for this hole here, I can go in with a step drill bit, make that initial hole bigger, and then be able to push the drill bit through. That's the plan anyway. I mean, that might very well not, this probably won't be in this episode, what I'm talking about now. But yeah, I did a test fit on everything. That's why, funnily enough, you may have spotted it in a quick glance, but that's why all my hardware and everything is here. I kind of rearranged stuff. Ignore those. I was going to hang the neck up and everything, but I don't actually need to, because it's worked out pretty well. How did it here? But yeah, so I've got all my parts and everything in here now. I'm ready for it. And the cool thing you may have spotted is, this is actually the strap that I'm going to use for it. I figured this is going to contrast really nicely versus this finish. So yeah, anyway, that's enough chatting random stuff. I'm going to call it quits here for today. Let this dry. I'll come back to it. Wipe the excess off camera, because you all know how to wipe off excess. It's not like you haven't seen me do it before. And then, so where am I at? So I'm on coat 5 on the neck, coat 5 on the sides. So the front and back need, you know, another couple of coats. What I think I'll do is, so like I say, I'm back at work tonight, and I finish at 6 in the morning. So what I think I'll do is, probably when I come home, I'm going to come in, pop a coat on front, go to sleep, come back, pop a coat on the back, then that way they are, and then, or I might chuck another one on the front, I'm not entirely sure yet, see what happens. But either way, I want to try and level the front and back to the same as the neck and sides. So we'll see what happens anyway. But aside from that, I've not really got anything else to say right now. I've talked a load of random stuff, I've digressed, and I've had the main thing, which is my oil finish. So I'm going to stop the footage right here, and I'll talk to you all soon. As promised, back from my night shift, so I'm going to carry on adding another layer of finishing oil to this. So I've come to it, and I may not have caught it quick enough. It's alright. It was very sticky and a bit tacky, so just got over it with a Scotch-brite pad, and it's, you know, done it how I want it. I'm going for a matte finish anyway, so it's all good. Anyway, that's enough of that. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna call that done. Now the neck has definitely had 6 coats of finish now. So I'm gonna put this to one side over here, out of the way, so I don't keep trying to add more and more, but just see what happens. And yeah, so the sides, they're technically on the 6th coat, but I mean, I've got to put another coat on this anyway. Probably another couple of coats on this. So I'll probably add another one to the sides, and then once I flip it over, may end up having another one to it as well. But, I mean, considering that it is, you know, 7 o'clock in the morning, I need to go and get some sleep. But luckily, it's very quiet work this, so probably going to pick it up either later on today after I've had some sleep. I might end up doing it tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. So I'll talk to you soon. Well, it's afternoon now, I'm back at it. So, all my finish dried. Now, because I had to go to sleep because I've been on nights, I didn't get to it in time once it had gone tacky to wipe the excess off. But, did the same as I did before, which is come back with a Scotch-brite pad, and I've actually smoothed it all over. Now, I must admit, I started with the neck because I wanted to experiment a little bit. So, I noticed that even after rubbing it off with the Scotch-brite pad, it was still a bit very sticky. So, and I always said that I'm going for a matte finish anyway. But as you can probably tell in that, it looks really nice and it feels amazing. The headstock, it's basically the same. It's smooth. Well, what I did with that was, so I started out with the Scotch-brite pad, which worked great. But then it was still a little bit sticky. So I went over with, just on the neck pocket, because it was the safest place to do it, I went over with some rubber compound, just out of curiosity to see what would happen. And it started to feel really good. And I've got some block of Jeweler's Rouge as well. I used this primarily, it was for fixing some of the frets I had, because I've said before, I'm no good at fret work. I've never had any experience with it, so I'm not going to touch that on this guitar. I can get them shiny and that's pretty much it. But yeah, I use that, as you can tell, with all the chunks and stuff, the way that it's set up. It clearly was angled because I was just rubbing it on the frets themselves. And it worked really well. But then I tried it on this. Now the problem is, like an idiot, I mean, you live and learn, it is what it is. But obviously on this bit, you could kind of see it went into the grain, which isn't the end of the world, but it's not what I wanted to go for, so I stopped. Just added a little bit of a finish to it, like, a little bit more oil. It looks alright. You probably aren't even going to be able to tell what on earth I'm talking about. So, in that regard, the sides, trying to get it so you guys can see it. There we go. So the sides are all done. And these ones just got the Scotch-brite pad, because as soon as I realised that I stopped with the compound. But yeah, these are all done. So yeah, what I've realised as well is, sorry, I'm just feeling the front. So where am I at? Sorry, I'm looking at my list. So it says 4 to 6 coats, and honestly, at 4 coats, this is perfect. Like, that neck had 6 coats, the body's had 4, but obviously the first 2 technically were really thick. Obviously, I should have done like a thick coat, let it dry, then do another thick coat, but hey, live and learn. But yeah, so I really think I'm going to try just putting one more coat on this side, see how it all is, and then decide if I'm going to put another coat on it or not. I'm not entirely sure yet. Yeah, this is the first oil finish guitar I'm doing, so yeah, it's all a learning experience. But I mean, I've not got much of this bottle left, but I was smart and I bought 2 because I knew I was going to do a load of experiments. So if I need to, I've got a secondary bottle. Anyway, that's enough rambling on. Let's get some more oil finish on this bad boy. Well, I mean, that's it. That's the coat that I wanted to put on. So that is coat 4 on those. And yeah, so I mean, I might as well call this part of the section, the section of the video, get my words right. Might as well call this quits, because I've got to let this dry, and then obviously I've got to come back to it once it's cured, which, takes what, 2 to 4 hours? The last few days, obviously, I've been doing a coat, leaving it for the 10 minutes, then coming back the next day, so... But today, obviously, I'm not at work, so I get the opportunity to come back in a couple of hours, so... Yeah, I think that's going to be my plan, to be fair. Come back, couple of hours, see how it is, go from there. And this time I will actually record me going over it with the Scotch-brite pad, because a lot of that was experimenting, so I didn't want to do it on camera in case I messed up. But luckily, because I was able to start with a neck pocket, because it's something that's not going to be seen, it made it a lot easier. Anyway, that's enough chatting now. So, I'm going to let this dry for a little bit, wipe off the excess, and then I'll see you in a couple of hours. If not, I'll see you tomorrow. We'll have to carry on, and hopefully, this should be the end of the finishing, to be fair. So, I'll talk to you soon. Right, well, I'm back. So, this is after it is all cured and everything, and it looks awesome. So, I just want to knock, a little bit of it off, because like I said, I want it to be like that, where it's more of a matte finish to it. So, that is the plan. That's what I'm going to do now. So I ended up taking my laptop inside because I'm working on another guitar already that I never originally planned, so I've needed it. But anyway, let's get this quickly gone over. To some it seemed like counterintuitive to do this, but I mean, it's a little bit tacky. Again, that's probably because I didn't get to it in time. I'm just trying to smooth it over. I'm not trying to take a lot off. I mean, to be fair, that quick pass I've just done there, pretty much sorted it. Yeah, and it's still got a little bit of a shine to it, which is nice. That's what I wanted. Yeah, there we go. That's basically what I've done in between everything else, is literally just gone over it with, I think it was a Faithful batch of Scotch-brite pads. Honestly, I've had him for that long now, I really can't remember. So, I mean, that literally took me, what? I've been recording for all of a minute now? So yeah, so what I think I'm going to do is, I'm going to take this camera off this mount, and I'm going to show you what I mean about in regards of like a natural light. So you can see it there, but obviously you've got a little bit in the shade. So, let's go outside. Because it is actually pretty decent weather today, as you can see, so you'll be able to tell the difference. And the good thing is, I can actually get a photo of the front now without me holding it. So I mean, yeah, that just looks awesome in the natural light. And then around the sides, I just absolutely love it. I'm really happy with how this turned out right now. The beauty part is I can hold this. There we go. I've been wanting to get a shot like this for a few days, but it's been a bit too wet. Anyway, so that's the body show. Now the reason why I doled it back as well, because obviously here's my neck. I absolutely love this thing. This is probably the thing that I love the most about this. Nope, I'm not going to flip it that way. I made that mistake before. Yeah, just not just the finish, just like the feel of it now as well after I did that little bit of work to it. There it is. So yeah, that was a nice little quick like little end section to this of me showing this. But I think what I'll show you, so I've just had the idea. You're not going to see it all, but you'll see this in the neck pocket-ish. Can I do it with one hand? Probably not. Oh, there we go. Is it all the way in? Kinda. But yeah, I mean, look at that transition. That's awesome. Oh, I'm so happy with this. The beauty part about it, how much of the heel joint is sticking out. Let's just make sure. Yep, that is all the way in. Even though this heel joint sticks out a lot, it's kind of better because it gives me more access to the higher frets. Anyway, enough of that, Scott. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this inside because I have some work to do, because I managed to get hold of a load of wood, so I'm making some shelves for under here because I'm sick of it being empty. Anyway, that's enough of that. I'm going to go take this inside and I'll talk to you in a sec. This is the end for episode 20, and as I showed, I did have some wood there. Now, I got distracted with making myself some shelves, and I completely forgot until I looked through my footage. I never recorded an outro for this video, so it wasn't a smart move. I realised it after I did all the way to the adding all the shelves and stuff, so I was like, best do it now. But yeah, that is episode 20 done, and I am absolutely blown away by this guitar. Now, it's still inside the house because I've got a little bit of other stuff to do. It's finessing my shelves and stuff and rearranging the shed. So it's going to stay inside, and I'm going to bring it out and do a couple of other bits to it. But yeah, I absolutely love this oil finish. Like, when I was figuring out as well, doing the buffing out stuff, that was something that kind of intimidated me when I was doing like spray lacquer finish, because they had the orange peel thing. I was worried that was going to burn through my finish. But practicing it on this actually really helped, so it's built my confidence up doing that as well. But anyway, that's enough digression, Scott. You keep talking about other random stuff. So, as always, the links to my social medias are down in the description below. So, I've got my Facebook and Instagram. Feel free to like and follow my pages. As I've said in the last video as well, please join the voting for which truss rod cover I should use. On that point, though, I will post an update after this video has gone up, because the neck has now got its actual finish on it, and all my videos are up to date. I can actually show you what it looks like on the guitar. So I'll do the same things I've done with the original post. So I'll do them 1, 2, and 3, but you'll see them on the guitar itself. So you'll get a bit of a better understanding of how it's going to look, and we can go from there. So plan for the next video is going to be sorting out those couple of areas that I mentioned where I need to do a little bit more work to them. And then after that, it's going to be, by the end of that, I think I should have the neck glued in. It's very exciting times. So And after that, I get to install the hardware. I am getting so close to being done. It's unreal. I thought this was going to take me a lot longer. It's weird. But anyway, I'm talking about the future when I'm not even done stuff. Anyway, that's all I have to say in regards to that. Obviously, I mentioned about my socials, but also the link to the GGBO website is in there. I will post the update for the photos of that for you voting. So if you want to follow my journey on there, you can do. But also, please go and support everyone else in this competition. They're making some awesome stuff, and they deserve your support and deserve all the credit in the world because they've been really supportive of everyone in this competition. So, yeah, that's all from me in this one. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in the next.